Hi, welcome to Bella's Vistas. Please like and subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell and you'll find out about our future videos. Wow, we're driving down the road in Quebec. We're cruising along. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're not exactly sure what we're going to do. We're thinking about possibly grabbing a ferry. If we drive up here to Rivière-du-Loup, we could hop a ferry and then go across to St-Simeon, where I hear there's a big cross. I've never been there before, but we have driven on some of these old roads in the past, and I think it's going to be fun to do it again. There's a nice farm off in the distance. I really like the way the trees are in rows. We took a cut off on a secondary road to look for a cheese shop. We're going to pick up some cheese and a few things like that to eat on the road. It's a great day once again, and we're always looking for new things to find. Get sick of eating the same thing every day, and we're looking for new things. Look at these streets. Wow, it's really amazing driving through the narrow streets in my big van. I'm a little worried, but it fits. It's not a problem. The signage is a little different to me too here. Some of the stop signs are a bit hard to see because always the stop sign is octagonal, but sometimes they put a sign behind these and it's square, and it's threw me off a little bit, especially when the stop signs are so faded sometimes. But I have to keep my wits about me because it's a different province and things are a little different always. Here we're driving through Rivière-du-Loup. We're headed for the ferry, and I've never seen Rivière-du-Loup from this angle before. I've driven through it, but not at this part. We're headed for the ferry, and it's pretty standard driving right now. I'm not worried at all, but now it's starting to look a little bit country, and I'm a little worried that maybe we missed a turn or something. But as it turns out, we didn't. We're right on track. We're just heading down here, and we're going to find out where everybody boards the ferry. It's going to cost about $100 in all to get across the river here, but I think we're going to find some interesting things. We're parking up here in the row. You don't pay for until you get on the ferry. We left Edmundston and we drove all the way up here to Rivière-du-Loup. When we get to Rivière-du-Loup, we come across on the ferry to St-Simeon. Now we're going to drive all the way along the north shore of the St. Laurent right here. See what we can see. We're on the ferry now. We paid our fare. There's the fleur-de-lis flying overhead. A beluga. Wow, I'm pretty sure that's a beluga whale. I saw it a few times. Sailboat off in the distance. I always like to get a few shots when I'm on a ship. Distance aerial perspective, that shows the boat and the distance. A lot of people are enjoying the scenery. It's kind of an adventure getting on a boat and going across. Even if it's only a ferry boat, it's pretty cool. There's a road hog. I met some fellas on the ferry with some nice bikes. Now we're getting ready. The ferry's pulling in. I'm excited. I'm in the van, ready to get going. Everybody else is chomping at the bit, wanting to drive off and go forward and see what we're going to find. I'm pretty happy. These guys are gone. Now we'll see. I'm worried we might be one of the last ones off the boat this time, but we'll see. The bikes are almost gone. Now, wow, we're out of there. We didn't have to wait very long. We're blasting up the ramp here, moving right along. Somebody comes in pretty tight beside us here, but away we go. It's a big hill that we have to climb as soon as we get off the ferry. There's a lighthouse off on the right here. I'm not sure what all we're going to see, but we're getting moving. And away we go. We find a picnic spot where we can make our lunch, take a little bit of a break, and then go for a hike. And this is what we find. This is the cross of St-Simeon. It's lit up with spotlights so it's visible from sea. I'm looking out from the lookout point and out to sea. There's the village. There's some kind of a boat blasting around in the harbor. I'm not really sure what that is. It looks like we're going to get some weather now. We're driving along in Quebec. We're on the north shore of the St. Lawrence. We're taking the river route, which is we were going to go on the highway and save 5 or 10 hours and probably $100 in gas, but you know, what the heck. You might as well see something. Asphalt all looks the same when you're blasting down the highway. We see some churches off in the distance, some seaside and clouds, just beautiful. It's looking more like rain the further we go along. It's cloudy. Out over the water, there's lots of cloud. The sky's a little bit threatening. But what the heck? What are you going to do? You got to keep moving. Oh, there it is. Now we got rain. It's the next day. It's pouring rain. We're cruising along. We're still looking for things to find. Never stop looking. Wow, what's this? A fruit and vegetable store. We pull in here and have a look around. I go over close for a shot. It's much better when I use a camera to take the picture. Wow. Now we stopped at an outdoor bread oven. Look at that old tractor, and in the background are these wood-fired ovens where the farmer's baking bread in there. Imagine he's growing the wheat himself and grinding it, and in the ovens they're baking these apple turnovers and fruit turnovers and big loaves of bread. Everything looked just fantastic. More rain, more rain, and we're driving on these really narrow bridges and everything. It's a little wee bit scary, but I just keep going. It's a great day again. Every day is a great day. We're all together in the van, Mary, Bella, and I. We have a great time no matter what. Sometimes I got to towel Bella off when we come back from her walk, but she loves that too. Look at these narrow bridges. This bridge was making the van weave a little bit because of the way the grip was gripping onto the tires. It was pretty noisy too. But we made it through. Wow. I really hope the rain lets up a little bit. Get some interesting pictures off in the distance when it is rainy and foggy though. There's some kind of a big boat out at sea, some kind of a cargo ship. It's gray, but there's still light on the water. We're driving along through the village. There's a lot of variety in the houses and buildings and things. It certainly all looks different than Ontario to me too. It's a real change being here. As we get closer to Montreal, it makes more sense to get back on the highway. It'd be just forever going through Montreal on these back roads. I just don't know how we'd ever do it. So we get out on the highway, and away we go. Thanks for visiting Bella's Vistas. Please like and subscribe. Click the little notification bell as well.